What's up, people, and welcome to another episode of Downtime with AC. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by
Kira,
Lauren,
Salisha, Bobby Leah.
And today's topic is sex.
So do you think sex is still seen as a taboo in today's society?
Yeah.
no.
Are we going with yes? Are we going with no? What are we going with?
Yes.
Personally, for me, I feel like sex is still taboo. I don't think it should be. And I feel that like society right now, especially with 2017 and how openly political we are, we like to think that we're progressive, and we like to think that we're all like, yeah, like we can do what we want and women can own their bodies, but like really we're still like we're having to unlearn like all these things that we that we're conditioned. Like misogyny is real, like so real.
No, I think I definitely agree with that. Just in terms of, if we're talking about men, they can be naked, they can walk around with their tops off. Women now, I saw this video and she was naked and she was making such a good point. We're so open to showing violence, but we can't appreciate the female form. Why not? Why can't we be free?
In art, when we look at like ancient Egyptian art, ancient Greek art, ancient African art, you've got men sculpting naked women. We go to museums and we see naked women and we appreciate a man drawing these women. But if a woman puts up a selfie of her or puts up her nyash or her tits, we're like, oh, she can't do it, she's a slag. But like a man can appreciate, do you know what I mean? Like the minute we take ownership of our own bodies, it's like, stop.
Too much.
Like
Your place almost.
you need to be a wife and you need to like act like you don't like yourself.
They can't go hand in hand. You can't be a good wife and love yourself and
Right.
express yourself, and
Right.
I don't really understand that.
But see, I think that also has to do with when it comes to men especially, they have their own perception of what they want their wife to be, as in the woman must mold themselves to their expectations, which is horrible. So I agree with you on that. But in a way, the reason why I don't think sex is taboo is because it's so open now. Like the society we live in, our generation, it seems like things are more acceptable, especially to society. Like the things we have going on, like Afropunk and things like that. That you wouldn't see that about 10 years ago. You wouldn't see that. But the male gaze has always been a thing, and I don't think that will ever change, because even in movies, men, they can take off their tops. Woo! We take off our tops. Whoa!
It's true. What do you mean?
She's got nipples. It's like, but what about the guy? He's got the same thing. We just got more meat.
Yeah,
so but why? It doesn't make sense. Why do we have to put emojis on our nipples? But men, they can just be, dick out. Maybe
Too
they just
tempting.
too tempting. But I think it's a thing of like the female body is something that should be praised. You know what I mean? Because you have your mothers, your sisters. You understand? But with men, it will never be that way because of the society we live in, and it's ruled by men, sadly. And if women were given that much power to then love themselves, it would then be an issue, because then it's like, no, we're putting them on a pedestal. We must take them down. But I think it's more acceptable now. So I wouldn't say you can talk about sex openly. Like you can hear on a bus, you hear. I think you can. Can you say you couldn't go to a friend and go, I had some banging sex last night?
Yeah, that's a friend.
Oh,
I
a
can't go to
stranger?
a stranger and be like, I like anal play.
Wait.
I don't even know if I'd be ready for that.
You see what I mean? And I've known Kira for how long? I've known Kira for years. So
But I do think you could be comfortable.
Yes.
To it's just about, if I think like nowadays it's really not about what people think. If you want to be the type of person that's like, I enjoy having sex every day of the week with different people, then you be that person, because people are going to have opinions. But because of how social media is, people have opinions about you because your life is there to be viewed. But I think if you just don't care about it and just say, boy, well, the best head yesterday, and
but you want to feel comfortable when you say it as well. You don't want to say it and then someone's I've said this to someone, oh, I like anal play. The look that I got back, I just felt like, oh,
but don't let that person define how you feel about something, because at the end of the day, it's your backside. If you like it, it's your pleasure.
This is true. I was even trying to promote it, but they weren't feeling it. I can only do so much.
Do you know what it is? It's because like it's not for everyone. Like certain things aren't for everyone. You know what I mean?
Fine.
It's fine, and I don't mind. Whatever floats your boat. You like some, anal play in the rectum. I'm cool with that.
The question is sex still seen as taboo? Yeah, it is, because if women can't men or people that don't have any binary, or people that are trans, if people cannot say, I want to use my body for sex, this is what I want to do, and I want to get paid for it without being ostracized from society, without being killed, without being seen as disgusting, without being degraded and seen as not human, then sex is still something which we as a society view as something which is, you know, done to women. I don't know.
So my question is, do you think that will always be the case?
I think it will always be the case until we did, by not saying we as in us as an ostracized people, until the people that have power, which are white cis hetero men, until they dismantle it, until they own up to their bullshit and to racism and to sexism and to all of this whiteness and oppressiveness that they've put on to people of color, to marginalized people, to themselves, because they don't even benefit from this as well.
We are people that are saying to, you know, heterosexuals, you know, we are just as normal as you, and we do all that fighting to say to them we are the same, and then we go into our own community and be like, actually you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, I don't like the way you do that, you shouldn't. And so I feel like, because even like if I've had conversations with my friends like regarding sex and stuff, like people are like, oh, well, why would you, you know, even down to the type of relationships that you have with people, like some people don't like to see, like, you know, masculine looking women with masculine looking women.
I don't understand that.
But to me, sex is sex, and if you want to have sex, it's whatever. Like there's, you know, there's even, okay, for example, like, you know, male to female to male, trans men and women. You know, some people are like, well, how does that work? Like sex is just what it is to you, like however you want it to be.
With that, you have to really like trust the person, trust yourself, and know, be comfortable with who you are. Because it is a lot to let someone just, you know,
explore your body.
Yeah. So that's why with Touchman Not Stars, or like anyone that's a Touchman, I'm thinking, so what, you think you can have this and I can't have that? No.
See, my problem is,
it.
I think even at work, a lot of guys at work that know that I work with a lot of guys, I work with about 4 guys, and they have a problem with, they're like, oh, so girls are allowed to touch you? I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm like, because you're the masculine one. I'm like,
wow,
I don't understand.
Wow.
What does that mean? So then they take it as the, of course, it always goes back to that.
That's a problem that I have. I just feel like, how did that come into our community? I'm not saying that we need to be like really different and whatnot, but people are going to view us differently anyway. And it's like, why do we now need to place those norms onto our community?
That's heteronormative norms, though, isn't it? It's how they expect you to be, man, woman, masculine. Even in like any relationship, you know, you see the butch one, the femme one. Gay boys, there's one that's more effeminate than the other one. That's how. So that's when people say to me like, so who's the man in the relationship? And like, we're both women. That's kind of the point. There's no man in it. So, but people just assign behaviours and but because people ask me things like, "Do you like football? You must like football." I'm like, I can't stand football actually.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Why?
And then my sister's really, really feminine, loves football. I don't understand how, but like these things, I'm like, it's just me as a person. Like, I don't get dressed in the morning and think, I'm tomboy, whatever. I just like t-shirts and jeans and stuff, and that's what I wear. Just don't really have time for them.
But men have sex. Masculine men, the most masculine men have sex and enjoy having sex and enjoy getting head and enjoy being sexual. So it's like, again, this is what I'm saying. I honestly do. I feel like misogyny is so real. The hatred of women having sex and enjoying it in no matter what form and how they express it is seen as like taboo, because if it is to do with like, I don't understand how like masculine women can have sex, like masculine presenting women can have sex, whatever that means, whatever masculine
that's like two masculine gay guys together.
But two masculine gay guys
they do have sex.
And there's obviously straight masculine men that enjoy their women doing it.
That is it. Right. So I'm
finger, whatever.
Right.
It's true.
So guys, what do you enjoy most about sex?
Foreplay is nice. I really enjoy actually the build up and the tease. The tease is nice.
That's the best bit.
You know the tease, will we? When will we? Can
it's
I?
It's a bit like tantrums that.
Because it's like very mental, and you have all these images, and you're like, I don't know if it will happen. You know, some of that.
That's spider sex.
It's like tantra is like, you know, when you have build up sexual tension. So like every time you meet, you don't have sex.
Tantrum.
No. Tantra. It's like you build up sexual tension, so you don't have sex for ages, but every time you meet, you do sexual.
Like, have you done this? I'm just asking because you seem to know what it is. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. That sounds like something I might want to
build up
try.
sexual tension until you finally have sex, and it's like they take your soul. Like,
Wow. Taking souls. Wow.
This
This is what I'm saying. This is it. That is it. Please.
Your body's got to work with someone as well, because you know you some people like may say like, okay, I'm the best at doing this, and then they do it to you like.
Yeah, you're like, where? How did you come up with? I've done that before. I had to look at them.
And obviously our bodies are different as well. Our bodies are different, because like for me, like in the relationships that I had before, like when I had my girlfriends, I didn't really mind not getting any head until I was with a girl that gave me head, and I was like, what the fuck have I been doing with my whole life? So now it's important.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but guys,
and that's my favorite thing, by the way.
I like being spoken to.
I was gonna say that, but
Yeah.
yes,
Right?
But wait, have you ever had bad sex talk?
yes. What?
As in, for instance, someone who doesn't. Okay, when people watch porn, porn is for me, it's a very bad interpretation of how sex is amongst any community, from straight to so they might think, oh yeah, I watched this, I'm gonna say this to her, and they say it to you, and you're like, what'd you just say? You want to do what?
No, okay. Can you just give an example?
Okay, for instance, say you're having sex with a girl, right? And she's like, oh, I'm about to tear this pussy up. Yeah. Yeah.
It can run.
It depends. If I'm just really just wanting it, you can say whatever you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would make me laugh, to be honest.
You understand?
I wouldn't even.
I wouldn't take it
Someone
serious.
said I'm going to tell a pussy up, I'd be like, okay.
What, you like silent sex?
No, like moaning is fine. Just talking is just a bit much.
No, but like, what if it's a natural reaction? Like if they just shout like, "Oh, don't stop!" Like
No, I don't like the don't stop. Just
What
don't
about, oh my
talk.
Just don't talk.
Like just shut up.
What if it feels really nice?
If it feels really nice, you'd moan though.
See,
babe.
I
but
sometimes
sometimes
swear.
Right.
Swear word.
But
then.
sometimes it's
If you're like,
loud.
oh shit or oh fuck,
so
That's a wrap for you.
but yeah, that's alright.
but don't stop. Keep going, please.
What about your name? What about your name? What about your
No,
name?
I don't like.
Down!
I don't like my name anyway, so
Oh my god.
I just be like, don't.
Wow.
that would turn you off. If you
Yeah,
had your name.
no, don't say it.
Wow.
Even in a moan.
No.
But it's one time. So I had sex with this woman that I met on like the internet, whatever, white woman. She was like really like she mentally stimulated. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? It's the Beyonce one. So you know already, you know the stories already. She traumatized me, fam. She was like, so obviously we're getting down and dirty because you know we're adults, so we can consent to sex. So she's like, oh God, guys, I don't know if I can say. I really don't know.
We're all looking at you.
No. So basically, guys, it's really upsetting though.
Take a minute. It's okay. Just take a minute.
She was like, she did that. Wait. She went, girl, better than Beyonce. Look at those hips, man. Like, some of that cocoa butters.
What's that mean?
Why? Have you had sex with Beyonce? Do you know? Are we doing ratings? Because to my knowledge, you have not. Even if you have, I don't know why you're comparing. I was like, this is.
Yeah, because that is actually weird to say. Because she is comparing you to a celebrity that she's probably never had sex with, which is odd on so many levels.
And then saying, yeah, she is, yeah.
Cool. So me personally, like, I'm really funny sometimes about like the kinds of things that happen to me during sex. Like, I don't mind the whole penetration thing, but I'm a bit iffy about it sometimes. But this time she just caught me off guard and just went straight in. And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
And then, you know, she's skilled with her tongue, so to be honest, after that I passed out the nose the next day. So
That's why she was almost late. That's why she was like, oh. Head loss.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
In a while, sir. Wow. Wait, sex.
When was that?
Is
Oh, when are you sure?
Is it? I said a while. Do you know my while might be 24 hours? You don't know what my while is.
I do.
What's my while? You don't know what my while is, you know.
Okay, no, you haven't had sex in a while. Yeah.
It feels like it's been.
I'm just sitting.
It feels like it's been a couple of. The best sex I've had.
Let's try this.
I feel like I couldn't put it down to one, but there's been moments. But I know that what I can connect with all three of them, what is like the common denominator, is that I had feelings for all of those people, which is like, it's really great, but it's annoying for me because I'm not actually speaking to any of those people now, so I can't collect the orgasms that I was collecting. You know? So sad, small.
At least you experienced it.
True. So you still have the memories of the goodness.
I think that's what makes sex really good though, when you have that emotional connection with them and a mental connection. Why sometimes?
I just think sometimes you can get that little lucky card and just have a little casual something, and it's just like,
Yeah, true.
I mean, most of the time, I think with the emotional side of it, it makes it more important to you, definitely, and you're more connected and stuff. But you can just get really good head and just be like, okay,
Listen, that could change your whole life. You wake up the next morning just happy for no reason. You know, see someone you hate, I love you. You know, that's everything.
Sex can do that though.
It can.
It's so powerful.
That's why I tell people sometimes you need good sex. That's what you need in your life.
No, sometimes you just really need that, and then you'll be fine. I actually fully agree with that.
The best sex that I ever had was I was high. Well, she was high, but she never had high sex before, so everything was just a new experience. Tingles, sensations, just the whole 9, lubricants, and it was a lot. No, it was a lot. Like I was taken aback because I didn't know she could do what she could do.
Oh, okay.
She was
That's
just
the best though. This one just surprises me. Just
Your face.
I just didn't. You think back.
Wow. The most embarrassing sexual moment was when I was like really paralytic drunk, I think, and I fell out of the cab and my wig fell off, and then my friend carried me to his house, and then like I literally just took off my clothes and I was like, I want to have sex, let's have sex.
Was your wig on?
No.
Wig was still on.
Girl. And these times I didn't even have straight backs, babe. Like my afro. My little afro was just a little bit.
Did you beat?
Yeah, like a little bit, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up, I was like, oh shit. And then he was like, yeah, you was doing madness, babe. You was doing bits. You fell out of a cab, your knickers were showing, your wig fell off, I had to carry you.
Wow.
And then he was like, clothes off now.
Wow.
Go.
I have far. I'm like, do I want to go in?
Yes, you do.
Let's go.
Share.
No, because I already overshare anyway as a
No, you
human.
get to
So
share.
No such thing. No such thing.
open.
Remember, we said we're open. There's no taboos here. You know.
it's quite something.
Share it.
I'm grown, she says. Okay, so I'm having this sex with my boyfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good sex. He had a really big penis. It was great. It was fantastic penis. He was circumcised. I enjoyed it. It was great. Amazing. Wow. You know, I have a very shallow vagina. My vagina is really shallow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it can only take a certain amount of length in it. Is this too much? Because tell me if it's too much.
No, it's just
Continue.
We are here. So my vagina is really shallow. There's only a certain amount of length it can take. It can take girth though, just so you know. But so it can. So
It can expand.
I'm just saying. So we're having sex, and then and then I'm like. Something. I just feel like he's like fucking my stomach. You know, sometimes when you're having sex and it's really deep, I'm like, rah, this is my nervous system right now is a bit like it's a lot. I'm like, this is quite. It feels really deep, but it feels great. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to go to the toilet. I'm gonna have to go to the toilet, but I'm like, no, this is great. So I'm like, babe.
Why are you talking?
I'm sorry. I'm showing you what happened. I'm gonna have to go to the toilet. He's like, babe, this feels really good. I'm like, I know, in it, yes, us. Babe, I need to go to the toilet. He's like, no, don't go on. Babe, no, I need to go to the toilet. He's like, alright, cool. Oh no, babe, I need to go to the toilet. Babe, needs to go to the toilet. Babe, needs to go to the toilet. Me, I just vomited. As I vomited, then, you know, I excreted at the same time. And I said, wow. I said, wow.
I was thinking that you wanted to pee. That's where I was going with that.
What are you gonna say? I pee.
The vomit.
I thought this is what my body wanted to do, but no. It was
this
like,
story.
But I said wow.
So wait, what was his reaction?
so obviously
his fault.
he's inside me, and I've done this, and this has happened, and he was like, "Babe, are you alright?" I said, "Babe." I looked up and I wiped my eyes. I said, "I'm not, you know."
Thanks guys for watching. Make sure you comment below about your most interesting sexual experience. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.